Jim Mulroy.
All right, Jim.
What a great day for Haddon Township.
Yay.
On behalf of Mayor T, Commissioner Linhart, I would like to welcome Tom and Savannah back to Haddon Township. Like Magellan, Tom and Savannah have circumnavigated the earth. Not in a rocket, not in an airplane, nor a boat, or even in a hot air balloon. These two explorers chose the most environmentally friendly method available. They walked it. As someone who admittedly was somewhat winded walking the 4 blocks from my home on Mount Vernon Avenue, I cannot imagine how difficult it was. But I am looking forward to reading about it when your book is published. Finally, before turning the microphone over to Ryan, when Savannah wakes you up at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning wanting to go for a walk, don't you dare get mad. She earned it. All right, at this time, I'm going to turn the mic over to Ryan so he can present with something that we thought was very appropriate from the governing body of Haddon Township.
Thank you all for coming out. Congratulations, this is amazing. I present you the recognition of accomplishment from the Board of Commissioners from Township of Haddon, virtue of its vested authority, do hereby confer upon Thomas Turchik and Savannah in recognition of accomplishment as of the 10th person and first dog to walk around the world during his 7-year world walk. I'll turn it over to Tom.
Thank you all for being here. First of all, it means a lot. I didn't write a speech or anything. I thought I would just walk and ruminate about what I was going to say. It's been a really long 7 years, honestly. It's been very, very rewarding and immensely challenging, and I've changed entirely from who I was to who I am now. But looking back and having all this time to think about what I've been through, it just makes me realize how fortunate I've been. First of all, to grow up in a place like this. We have such a great community and such kind people. To have such a great family. To have Bob Memmott supporting me with Philadelphia Sign and making this happen. It's great. And it's been an amazing journey to share with that girl right there, Savannah. I had no idea I was going to be bringing a dog with me. I adopted her when she was 3 months old, and this is the only life she knows, so this is going to be a big change for her, I'm sure. But there's been so many times when we've been camped in strange places, in the desert, in the jungle, in the woods, and I sit down at the end of the day, and she sits down beside me, and just allows me to take it all in. And so I'm very grateful to have had her. But it means the world to me that you guys are all here. And I'm really, honestly, so tired. Just like these past 7 years are just ridiculous. I'm so tired. Ready to sleep in and have a roof over my head. And I also want to say, Anne Marie and Shannon, my 2 friends who passed away, in a strange way, it's really terrible to say, but I'm grateful. Maybe it's not the right word, but this walk would have never happened if they hadn't passed, and I feel like their death woke me up to life, and so like it's I feel like this is just a small part of honoring them and of life and the finite time that we have here. And so I want to thank Anne Marie and Shannon for waking me up. And in that vein, I want to bring up Bob Memmott, who Philadelphia Sign made this happen. Before I even took a step, they got behind me, and I was just some dumb kid with the idea of walking around the world. It's insane. I don't know why. Maybe it's bad judgment on his part, but I saw something in me that I was going to do this. And he's been supporting me the entire way. So really, this would not be possible without Bob and Philadelphia Signs. I want to bring him up here, and if we can get a round of applause for him.
All right, so I wrote a little bit here on my phone. Just a little bit. I'll explain to you how I met Tom. I was having lunch with one of my sons, Brian, and he started telling me about an article on NJ.com, and he read it to me. He says, "Hey, this guy from Haddon Township is going to walk around the world." And I turned to Brian and said, "He's nuts." And he said, "No, I'm telling you, here it is." So he showed me the article, and we read it together. So we walked out. I got back to my office, and I called Brian. I said, "You know what? Text him. See if he'd come in. Maybe he'd come in and sit down with us or whatever, because I'd like to hear more about it." So in comes Tom. And so we sat down and we talked, and I still thought he was nuts. I really did.
I was nuts.
You were nuts. So, one thing led to another, and then here we are 7 years later at this wonderful event. So I think it's a great tribute. I think it's a great tribute to both Anne Marie and to Shannon. And I know I've talked to Tom several times during his walk. One quick thing, I know, Tom, you called me, I think, when you were in London and you were sick. And you were deathly sick. And Tom had said to me, "I don't think I'm going to make it." And when Tom said, "I don't think you're going to make it," I thought he meant he wasn't going to make finishing the walk. What he put two and two together, what he really meant, he thought he was going to die. And that's when I think I mentioned, and maybe some other people did, I said, "Tom, you got to get back here to the States. We got to get you treated," right? So, we did that. Sometime after about 3-4 months after treatment, Tom walked back in my office and he must have dropped, believe it or not, 45 pounds. Now, if you think that body can drop 45 pounds, because I was shocked. I said, "Holy mackerel." But he said, "I have to get my strength back up, and I have to get back on the road." And he did. I will say this, Tom, I know you probably think that your family is ultra excited to have you home. I know you probably think you're ultra excited to be home, but nobody's more happier to have you home than me. It's over. You know my family and the business a little bit. You went to school with, I think, Brian. I think you knew Dan. And one thing that I should point out anyway. In the 7 years you were gone, the company was only in South Jersey, a couple plants. Since then, and I know you were following on social media because no matter where you were in the world, you were liking it or commenting. So then we opened another plant up in Alabama. We just recently opened a plant up in Wisconsin. I think we opened like 11 remote offices all the way across the country. And every time, Tom was there to like it on social media and to give us a thumbs up. So I always thought, like, where is he when he's doing this? Is he in a tent? I don't know where he is. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So, I was thinking about all that transpired in the past 7 years with the company. But then I thought to myself, geez, look at all that's transpired just in our family's life since you knew the Bryants and Dans of the world. And in that 7 years you were gone, we had 4 marriages and 9 grandchildren. So the only thing I can say to you is now it's your turn. I think your mom would be happy I said that. Your mother introduced me to Bonnie, and your mom had a good point, and she said I was the one who hooked you 2 guys up together, right? Because if you didn't do it, you wouldn't have met Bonnie, right? Exactly. So, once you get your books and you get out money or whatever, I'll start sending you a check. I mean, an invoice. An invoice, yeah. And then, yeah, I'll keep telling you, yeah, right. All kidding aside, this whole thing was really about Anne-Marie and Shannon. I know they were your inspiration, and I think you would agree that that was the inspiration. Absolutely. So with that, if we could, what I'd like to do is call up, I'll start with the Knowles. So Susan, are you here?
Marie's filling in for my husband who's homesick.
Yeah, so Paul's homesick, so he couldn't make it. All right, I got the name right, Paul? Okay. So what we wanted to do with the company is we wanted to give a check to the 2 families, the girls, to put towards their memorial funds or scholarship funds or be it as you will, right? So with that, we want to present you this check.
Hi, everybody. Hello. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you, Tom, on all your accomplishments and making it home safe. Your 7-year journey and successful return home has inspired and impressed so many people. You've accomplished something so many dream about, but few have attempted. So congratulations. As Paul and I and our family have followed your amazing journey, we have been continually reminded of and humbled by your efforts and courage. We're also so happy for you and Savannah to be home safe. The reason I'm speaking today is to thank you and recognize your pledge and that of the Philadelphia Sign Company. The Philadelphia Sign Company's very generous support of the organizations that mean so much to you and us as a community as well. The Shannon Newell Memorial Fund and the Anne-Marie Lynch Scholarship Fund will have a positive impact on so many in our community and honor the memory of your friendship with Anne-Marie and Shannon. Again, we welcome you. We're glad you're home safe, and we hope you can rest and enjoy, catch up with your friends, catch up with your family, and just chill out, honey, okay? Thank you all. Thank you, Bob.
While we're waiting for that, Tom, this plaque is for you. You got it. Yes. And Jack? Where's Jack? There he is. Come on out. Yeah, great. So, as a repeat of Shannon's, this is for you guys and Kramer.
All right. I can only say what Susan said. It's an amazing journey for Tommy. Followed him a little bit as well. Everything Susan said is great. And, regarding the girls, all I can say is this is all, yep, this is all the evidence we got right here where we are. Okay, guys? I had this made up real quick. My friends at Third Base Sporting Goods, in honor of Tom Tursich, World Walk 2015-2022, 25,000 miles, courage, faith, determination. Okay, that's Tom.
You know, Tom, I will say about, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I had a conversation with Jack. I was in Atlanta, actually, and he texted me, and we talked for a little bit. He didn't say these words, but I can tell you that I think if I was interpreting them correctly, he feels as if what you did was so tremendous. And if you could do that as a non-relative for Anne Marie, kind of taught him a lesson in a way, in that, he needs to have that closure. So if you can do it, he felt as if, he could do it himself. And, so he really was appreciative of, everything you did. Yeah. You got it. And I don't have anything else for the most part. You, Tom?
It's party. It's over with. I'm done, baby. Yeah, eat and drink. Drink up, eat up.